Hello, in this video we will see what does it mean to solve right triangles and how do we solve right triangles. So in a right triangle there are six variables. So we have the three sides, the side A, side B and side C, and the three angles, angle A, angle B and angle C. So the sides are denoted by lowercase letters and the angles are represented by uppercase letters. To solve a right triangle means that we want to find the values of the unknown sides and angles from the information that's given. Now, since it's a right triangle, therefore, angle C will always be 90 degrees. So one of the angles in this triangle will always be 90 degrees. So when we solve a right triangle, we are trying to find the measures of unknown sides and angles using given information. Now, how do we solve a right triangle? We have two very important tools, very powerful tools that we can use at our disposal. There's the triangle angle sum theorem, and then there's the trigonometric ratios. So we'll talk about both of them very briefly. The triangle angle sum theorem is very simple. It simply says the measure of angle A plus the measure of angle B plus the measure of angle C is equal to 180 degrees. The sum of angles in a triangle equals 180 degrees. Now let's quickly talk about the trigonometric ratios. So the first trigonometric ratio we have is sine of any angle theta is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. So for the angle A, the side A is opposite and side C, which is the longest side, is always the hypotenuse. And in the same way for angle B, the side B will be opposite and C is always the hypotenuse. The second ratio we have is cosine of an angle, which is adjacent divided by the hypotenuse. So for angle A, the side which is adjacent to it, or the side which is next to it, is the side B, and therefore cosine of A would be B divided by C. And similarly, the cosine of B would be A divided by C. And the third trig ratio we have is tangent of an angle is equal to opposite over adjacent. So for A, the angle A, the opposite is the side A and the adjacent is the side B. And similarly for angle B, the opposite is side B and the adjacent side is side A. So these are the three trig ratios that we will use for solving right triangles. So here is a summary of our tools. We have the triangle angle sum and we have the trigonometric ratios that we can use to solve right triangles. So let's start solving example 1. We already know that the side A is equal to 4 and the side B is equal to 9, and we want to find the other sides. So let's start with a trig ratio that involves the sides A and B. So we can start off by saying that tangent of angle A is equal to A over B, or is equal to 4 over 9. So we have tangent of angle A is equal to 4 over 9. Now on your calculator, if you look at the key for tangent, there's another key that is linked with it. So you have to use the second function or another similar key, and that would change it to tangent inverse. So what we want to do next is we want to find the tangent inverse of 4 over 9, and that would be the angle A. So grabbing a calculator and pushing the second function and then the tangent and then writing in 4 over 9 will give you the angle A. And when you use your calculator, you will find that the measure of angle A is equal to 24 degrees. Now that we know the measure of angle A, we can very easily find the measure of angle B. So remember the triangle angle sum theorem, which says that the sum of the three angles is equal to 180 degrees. So we know that measure of angle A is 24 degrees. We are trying to find the measure of angle B, and the measure of angle C is always 90 degrees. So this is always 90 degrees. So solving this will give you measure of angle B is equal to 66 degrees. And now we can use another trig ratio. Sine of angle A is equal to A over C. And what that would mean then is that C is equal to A over sine of A. So C would be equal to 4 divided by sine of 24 degrees. And using a calculator, that comes out to be equal to 9.8. So now we have C is equal to 9.8, and we know that the measure of angle B is 66 degrees. Now we have found all unknown angles and sides. So we have solved this triangle. Let's take a look at example number 2. So we are told that C is equal to 12. The measure of angle A is equal to 29 degrees. So let's first of all find the measure of angle B. So we know that measure of angle A plus the measure of angle B plus the measure of angle C is equal to 180 degrees. So we have 29 degrees plus the measure of angle B plus 90 degrees. Measure of angle C will always be 90 degrees. That is, sum is equal to 180 degrees. So solving that for the measure of angle B, we get measure of angle B is equal to 61 degrees. Next, we can use the cosine ratio. So we can use any ratio, but right now, since we know the hypotenuse, so we should either be using sine or cosine. So let's use cosine of A. So cosine of A would be equal to B over C. And we can rearrange that to give B is equal to C times cosine of A. And remember that C is equal to 12 and A, the angle A is equal to 29 degrees. So B is equal to 12 times cosine of 29 degrees, and that would come out to be equal to 10.4. So we know that B is equal to 10.4 and the angle B is equal to 61 degrees. Now we just have one more angle to find out. So we could use sine of A is equal to A over C. So we are looking for a ratio that involves the unknown side. And if we rearrange this, we can write A is equal to C times the sine of A. And C is equal to 12 times the sine of 29 degrees. And grabbing a calculator, that comes out to be equal to 5.8. So we have solved the unknown sides. This triangle is now solved. Here's another example. So we have A is equal to 72 and we are given that measure of B is equal to 68 degrees. So let's first find the measure of angle A. So measure of angle A plus the measure of angle B plus the measure of angle C is equal to 180 degrees. Measure of angle A is something that we are trying to figure out. Measure of angle B is given as 68 degrees. Measure of angle C always is 90 degrees. And the sum is equal to 180 degrees. So solving this for angle A, we get measure of angle A is equal to 22 degrees. So now we know that A is equal to 22 degrees. Now we can use let's just use a tangent of B. So tangent of B is equal to B over A. So I used a ratio for which I knew one of the sides. So I know the length of side A, but I don't know the length of side B. So since I'm trying to figure out side B, I'll rearrange this equation and write B is equal to A times tangent of angle B. And A is 72 and times tangent of 68 degrees, and grabbing a calculator gives me B is equal to 178. So this is equal to 178. Just a note here, the diagram will not always be drawn to scale. So you see that A looks longer, but it's actually smaller. So don't go by what it looks like. Okay, for finding C, we can either use sine of A or sine of B or cosine of A or cosine of B. So let's just use sine of B. So we have sine of B would be equal to B over C. And rearrange this equation to get C is equal to B divided by sine of B, or C is equal to 178 divided by sine of 68 degrees. And solving that gives C is equal to 192. So C is equal to 192. So I hope that you like this video. If you did like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel so that you will never miss a video coming out. And if you would like us to create a video on a certain topic, please email that topic to us. Or if there's a question that you would like us to create a video solution for, please send that question also to us through this email address info@sageeducational.com. Again, I hope that you like this video.